Hi everyone, this is the next bit, the clamps. Now, I just wanted to quickly show you, I make them out of 0.5 thick aluminium sheet. It's massive. I mean, you can get, I think I've had it years, and literally you can get it off of eBay, and it lasts you for ages. I made all of the side skirts for the Chieftain out of it, the bazooka plates. It's really simple to cut. I don't use tin snips. I have massive trouble with tin snips, so I thought if somebody else out there, with you guys, has trouble with tin snips, I would show you the way I do it. It works. I mean, probably purists and people now who do metalworking would look at this in sheer horror, like my haircut. But this is how I do it. There we go, all done. No, I'm joking. What I do is I mark it out. So those clamps, they're 3mm wide on the Chieftain barrel. It's a bit of a guesty work, but I found another. If you look at a photograph and you're trying to scale something, find something that is exactly the same size as what you want to scale up from something else, and then if you know the size of that, you'll know the size of the other thing. I know that sounds really stupid, but I think you know what I mean. So if you mark 3mm, and then what you do is you get a big metal ruler, and to save yourself from chopping your fingers off, you get a clamp, one of these, and then I clamp it to my desk so that when I'm cutting it, I don't accidentally slip while holding the steel ruler. Normally that happens when Harry comes running in and shouts "Daddy," or another comes in shouting "Daddy, Harry's broke my Lego." So really clamp it so it's quite firmly on there. And then, instead of using these evil things that turns everything I cut into a pigtail, I know I'm doing it wrong, anything in the comments box there would be great. I get a Stanley knife. The blade probably needs changing this, it's a bit, I've used it quite a bit, but I forgot to change before I started the video and I don't want to start again. And then, just gently, like I say, let the knife do the work, run along the steel rule, making sure your hands are well out of the way, because there's a nice plastic clamp holding it for you. And if you keep doing this, it's about, I suppose, about 10 times you score it on this side. Then clamp it. You might be able to see, has it come through yet? It's very hard to see. There's a faint line on the back, and there's that line there. So I might do that a bit more. In fact, I don't think I need the steel reel now. Let's just I know everybody out there who knows how to do metalworking and can use tin snips will be looking at this with sheer and utter horror. And so with my old PT teacher, Mr. Brannan. There we go. Now if you can see on the back there, it's now scored on the back as well. So you can see where the line is, and if you want, you get your ruler again. Clamp it. And then lightly go down that line. And hopefully yes, I just did that myself then. Lucky enough, it's quite fun. So with a sharper knife, this would be better. And when you've done that, actually, you don't have to go right way through. You can, carefully, well, like that. You have to then deburr it, of course, because you don't want to, it's a bit rough. Oh, I should be able to not run out of film today, because my wife found her tripod camera. She uses when she does. I'm a musician, so is my wife, and she sometimes records gigs with function bands. If you need a function band, the one I'm working at in a minute is called. God, I've forgotten what it's called. The Sultanas. You can look it up. Maybe don't actually. It's getting there. So it's a bit dull. I should have done this before, but I thought I'd show you exactly what I did to make them, because I've had some people. If you haven't made many models before and you want ideas, I promise this isn't hard. You just need a few different tools. That's all. And if it's tools that you need and you think, oh well, I've got to spend that out, you'll use them for years. I've got stuff still when I was a kid. So, you know, it is worth it. And if you do it yourself, it's so much better. It's that bit where you can look back and go, oh yeah, I did that. These anyway. And then I slice my finger on the lump of aluminium. That'll do. That's close enough for jazz. Right. So, strip. Now, the reason why I couldn't make these on request is because it depends what you do with this. Oh, yeah, and here's the barrel with the wire taken off. Do you see? It's slightly bumpy, looks like cloth, and you can paint this, it's fine, because of the PVA, it's like a surface. I wouldn't use an airbrush, I use the paintbrush, because it helps if there's any more fibres sticking up, you can kind of stick them down with a paint. I know you shouldn't, but you know, and this is, if you can see there, my cloth wasn't big enough. The overlap, like I was talking about, really, if you overlap to about along there, you won't notice it. And then you use the side that's cut cleanest. And if you remember, this was the floppy bit I was showing yesterday, and I used the glue on it again, and see how neat the cut is. So I can use this to make straps, which will be the next one, but this is the one I think everybody wants to know about. So you got that, okay? So what you do first, oh, I need some glue. Please don't be stuck on, thank you. So you need this, you need some plastic card, which is, what is this? 2mm thick by the same width, 3mm as this. Because basically what you do is you stick it on the top there, like that, and that forms the end of the gun clamp where the bolt is. This isn't threaded or anything, it's just, it comes out in a minute, is 0.81mm brass rod. It's the American stuff, so they don't do, they still use inches. So it's that, and the circular bit inside, can you see it there, that bit, this bit, oh it's a bit blurry, isn't it? That bit is plastic rod. You could use metal, but it's too much of a faff. So just plastic rod is easy. And right, so let me just show you how I form it. So I use a bit of brass tubing that's just about the same size as this. This is 3mm if I remember rightly. Probably wrongly. Oh no, I'm using this ruler. Oh, I'm so blind. Yes. Where's the other ruler? I'd say it's 3mm in circumference. This is like just a little bit bigger than 3mm. So you get this. You get some pliers. And that's the thing you got to remember. They bend over so that the bended part comes over the top and then glues down onto the top of the clamp, not underneath. It's on the top. So if you're making it, and it's a bit of trial and error. In fact, I'm going to do that one again. So I didn't give enough. Yeah, I don't mind using these for that. It's fine. Try that then. Right, let's try that again. Do you see? So then you've got a loop. It's not the best. I haven't done this for a while. You know when something just normally goes right for you. So you do that. And then you just cut, oh, where's he gone? You just cut a little bit of this plastic off so it goes in there, and then you can shape the rest of it when it's in there. So let's just do that. Where did I put my scalpel? There we go. And you could cut this off before you put it in. I just think it's a bit easier doing this, then you can shape it a bit more around that. Now, you see? That goes in like that. Okay? What we do later on, when we've got the shape of it, we have to drill. You don't have to do this. I mean, you could. I just did it because it seemed a bit stronger. You drill a little hole in there so you can insert the wire, so you can glue it in a bit easier, and it's just hopefully won't fall out so much. Let me just stick that in completely. And I'm just using super glue to seal together. It's not anything drastic. There's my kicker. Never use this stuff on paint. So, here we go. Oh, there we go. That's one side. Oh, come on. That's one side of the clamp. Why do you always have to focus on my hand and not what I want it to? As you see, so it goes in there like that. This cut, stuck in the hole, you form it around a bit of brass tubing. Alright, if you don't want that to look so clunky, you can get a file a rat nose file, rat tail file, and just file it a bit flatter into the other aluminium because it's stuck. And basically, you know, you can take a bit more time on this. I just want to do this so this video doesn't last like 7 years. So it's like that. And then if you want, use another file to just file down. Just file down the plastic insert. I swear there's something I've forgotten. So, it's got to be a bit better, but I just want to get the gist of it. So you get that. So that's one side of it. Okay? You have to do the other side now. Now you can't do a measurement because you've got to do it as though you're clamping on here. So, normally I'd have it on the tank, but I haven't got another Chieftain barrel, so here comes the good old tiger barrel. What am I doing there for? Right, here we go. Oh, that's Harry chucking things in the pond. Yeah. So what you do is, you then put it on the barrel, and you bend it on the barrel, and you get it. You don't do it all the way around, because if you do it all the way around, it'll be too big. You won't have enough room for them to meet, because there has to be that lovely little gap. Focus your damn thing, you're worse than my iPad. Can you see where the wire goes? There's got to be a gap between the both of them. So basically, if you eye it up, I reckon with this one, might still be a bit big. The good thing is, you can make the gap a bit smaller. There we go. So do you see? There's 3 markings there. It's the top marking, I think it is. So it's about that shape. And then, you can just get your snips if you want. The one thing I can use them for is small stuff. Make sure that's a bit more level. Right, so then you have that, which goes like, it looks a bit obscene on this barrel because it's not a Chieftain barrel and it's too thin really, but you see that, so you have that. Now I'm going to make the receiver, which is this, that's a bit thicker than, which is the plasticard. So you stick it on there, just as a square block, and you shape it on it. And for shaping it off it would be an absolute nightmare. Just chop your finger off. Yes, I know you shouldn't do that. Now, the actual squareness of the block is, let me just check. The length of it should be 4mm. So if you cut a little block off your plastic card of 4mm, and what I'll do is I'll do 2 while I'm at it, because we need to do the bottom clamp. Now they don't have to be really pristine and completely square because you're shaping them. You just got to get the 4mm so it's uniform. That's all. There we go. So we have 2 little blocks that are 4mm. You can see that. Don't worry, it's not the wife doing the lawn. It's next door neighbour. And then you glue it, and this is going to look really weird on here, but it might not work as well because this is too thin. If this was for this barrel, you'd have to make everything a lot smaller, I think. So then you would glue that on there. So let's just do that. Oh, before you glue it on, like I've said, scuff it a little bit because it helps the super glue adhere to the plastic, the aluminium. There we go. So you can see where this is going. You see? And when that's stuck, we'll shape that with a file. So let's do the bottom one. Now this is the important bit. So same process again. Oh, I'll take my barrel off because I need. Should we do this one a bit better? Again, you see, remember that the fold has to go above and onto it, not underneath. The good thing about aluminium is it's so pliable. It's really easy. That one's a bit better. A bit better. There we go. If you feel that bit's a bit too long, here, I seam file it, or if you really want to, just get your little snips. You can open up again a bit because you've got to close it back around the plastic again, and just snip a bit off. Then same process, plastic strip through, and then you can close it up even more on it. So let's just get a bit of strip. Don't you love it when that happens? Thank you. Now you can take more time doing this than I am. This is the gist of it. It's not. This is not the be all and end all. This is a bit unneat. It took me a bit longer to do them than this. But if I take the time I did to do them, this is going to go on for 2 hours. Yeah, and if you want to be violent and cut them off. So, there we go. Again. And this is going to serve as the underside. But like I say, I'll put the barrel back on again. So there's this one. And then this one would go the opposite side to the one that is at. Need that little bit of a gap. So what we'll do, it should, in theory, be exactly the same as the other one, which should give you the right length. In theory, it should be exactly the same as the other one. Put that there. In theory, it should be exactly the same as the other one, but it's not. So we need that gap. So basically, it's because this barrel's too thin really, but this gives you a general gist of what you have to do. Now, there we go. So basically why that's happened is because doing it on camera I didn't, this one, it's probably a bit too big for the curvature. But like I say, it's easy to do on the Chieftain because it's bigger. But you see, so it's like that. And what I'll do is I'll stick that on in a minute. So let's just find the bit of plastic card. We'll stick that on. And I don't know if you want me to do the, I might do the drilling bit tomorrow because you're going to get fed up with this. And I know I'm only doing this for a small crowd, thank God, of people who might only want to know how to do this. This isn't for general consumption. Because the barrel there is the size, I should have done it up this end actually, that would have made more sense. It's so thin there, it gets a bit intriguing. So, you see, those two parts are one clamp, and they basically do that. You see, and they could be neater. I haven't done it as well as I did last time, but I'm just trying to get this done so you can see what to do. Okay, and then you have to do the shaping. Now, if you're model making, buy yourself a set of, I think they call it Swiss files. I love these things. So the first thing you do is you put the groove down the middle to take the you see, and that's where that goes in. Whoops. And that's the clamp. That's just, that was really blurry, wasn't it? Blurry. But it'll be, like I said, I keep saying this, but it is easier on the Chieftain because the curvature is much greater. So you got that, and then you do the block the other way. Now this may not be absolutely gospel, but I think it looks close enough, and as no one's making them yet, someone comes out with a proper barrel, I'll probably toss mine in the bin. If anybody wants it, let me know. Ugh. Do you see? Hold it back a bit. That. So we do the same thing on the other side. So this file, I love this file. It's like a triangle section flat file. I guess you can just use I suppose you could use one of those. Still do the same thing, still the same width, but for making grooves, this is kind of cool. And you don't have to be completely strict. I mean, close in the middle as you can. No measuring. But you see how well it sticks to the aluminium? It's amazing. See what we're doing? Oh, flipping hell. There. That's better. Do you see? So I'm making a groove to receive the brass wire. Now I've done that, then I square it off. So it's breaking something. That says I'm breaking something. You wonder why it's taking me a while to do this. Right. One little clamp. Two little clamps. And then, hopefully, if it's all gone right, actually that might do. No, it's still the same stick. If you get one that's slightly bigger on, I'd put the bigger one on top because it looks a bit more convincing, but people won't see it. So it goes like that. But you can't see that, can you? There we go. So it goes like that. So you have to mould it across the top of the barrel. Like that. I hope you've seen the rest. Yeah, and then what you have to do is drill a hole to take the wire. It can be a bit bigger if you want. Than the actual wire. And then it's easier just to put it in. That's alright. Good old pin vise. So you put it on, and then you work out where it will be coming straight down. The good thing about aluminium is, because it's so soft, it does it pretty quick. It's quite good. Clamp. And you do that hole on the other side. God, I hope you've seen what I was doing when I was shaping it. But like I say, it just shapes there. You work out the length of this by bending onto the barrel, and then when you do the second one, you get it so that there's a gap so that you can put the wire between them, or else it's pretty pointless. Let me just quickly do this. Please don't run out of battery foam. And I'll show you what it looks like together. Just got to cut the wire then. And the wire you can leave quite long until you need to trim it. I hope this is worthwhile when you guys see what I'm doing and you're not too bored. I'll stick the wire in well. In fact, if you want, you don't have to stick the wire in because it gives you a bit more time to wiggle room. Basically, but I thought might as well. But typically it does work really well with aluminium. I don't know why. Or aluminum, depends where you're watching. And as we say in Old England, stick yourself to a piece of plastic. No. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, a clamp. And then you can mess about with it, shaping it wise on the actual barrel. So you know you can put it so there's the right little gap. and then just glue it on. It's probably best to glue these on when you've painted the barrel because it's a bit of a fat otherwise. But if you look, do you see? Oh, would you focus your damn thing? So yeah, and then you can adjust, you know, the shaping and everything. It just because it's quite forgiving because it's aluminium sort of thing. So do you see? It's easier on the Chieftain barrel because it's bigger. These little clamps are probably the wrong scale. If it was on a barrel this size, they'd probably be smaller. I think. So yeah, so clamps, and that's why I can't make them because it has to be to do with the size of this. The next thing is the straps, but I won't do that until tomorrow. Any questions on these? And I'm going to review this. I hope to God that camera didn't move and you saw what I was doing on the thing. So yeah, so thanks fellas, I hope that worked and I'll see you soon.